Alright, listen up, motherfuckers. We in Corona Zone. This is serious. No fly zone. We gotta be safe. Safety is our priority. We're in end times. It's all those homosexuals. So you know what? I think before we start this discussion, we should start with some healing affirmations because as anyone who came with us as we explored the wonderful wacky world of binaural beats tube, we know that there are healing frequencies stored in them pure tones. So I've pulled up for us some protection from coronavirus and flu healing sound frequency numbers. Everybody, if you have the option to get binaural, strap on those motherfucking headphones and get ready for this coronavirus protection affirmation pure fucking tones.
Four 986-489 5487-48978 4814212 51899112.
That's right. Is it working? It's working for me. I feel so fucking protected from corona.
4986489
Oh yeah.
5487-48978
Oh fuck.
481412
Oh my
51899112.
Oh, these numbers so fucking protective. Oh, I feel so
4986489 5487-48978 481412 51899112. 4986489 5487-48978
Yes.
4142.
Alright, that's enough of that for now. How you guys feeling? You feeling protected after I have just gifted you with the fucking coronavirus protection healing fucking frequencies? Honestly, it's insane. Ever since I got balls deep into binaural beats affirmation tube and subliminals, literally anything I can think of for an affirmation I have pretty much found. Except I can't find a subliminal series where I can become Michelle Rodriguez. I found something that I think might be something that exists to help me become Michelle Rodriguez, but I'm not entirely fucking sure. Me and my good friend Cami, who's a member of Phenomenology Club, actually just had a Michelle Rodriguez film fest the other day on acid. It wasn't supposed to be a Michelle Rodriguez film fest, but it kind of turned into one because we watched that movie Blue Crush from 2002. Great fucking film. I forget the director's name, but he actually also directed Top Gun, which I find to be sort of absurd and awesome. Blue Crush, great fucking movie. And if anybody tells you it's not, they can fuck their own ass. You understand me? 2002, it was literally a pivotal year for film. So many of the best movies ever came out in 2002. 2002, the year film died. Not that long ago. So that's good, because this is the year we all die, right? Coronavirus, what the fuck is going on? Let's talk about it. I have a lot of things to say. This isn't going to be super deep. This is just going to be stupid. But everything I say is stupid. Sometimes it's so stupid, it's deep, you know? You feeling okay? We feeling protected? This is safe. This is a sterile, safe activity, and we just have protected ourselves with the coronavirus affirmation. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna say. I have a lot to say, okay? And the only reason that I even I feel so amped up and aggressive. I always feel aggressive because I'm Michelle Rodriguez subliminally, especially after listening to those affirmations, but I feel particularly aggressive because I'm angry. Because even some of my peers in Phenomenology Club, which is a collection of individuals mostly amassed via the internet, many of whom I find to be very intellectually astute themselves with very worthwhile opinions having, some of them were talking about how this could be a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy and everything's a conspiracy. And I'm like, guys, the fuck? Shut the fuck up. So this is what I have to say. Oh, I got a super chat. Oh, fuck yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh my god, that's never happened. You're the first person to ever gift me with a super chat. Thank you so much. If anyone else wants to follow in that trajectory, go for it. My birthday's Sunday, by the way. So you want to throw me some birthday money? Especially since poor me, now with coronavirus, I can't even do anything. I have nowhere to go. Nowhere. I live just above New York City. I mean, just west of New York City because I'm in New Jersey, not in New York State, just above New York City. I live in New Jersey. I've never left New Jersey. I will never leave New Jersey. So, it's a very densely populated area. We got to be careful out here. Got to put your gloves on. So this is what I gotta say. I'll just go through it chronologically. First of all, as an avid reader of Chinese news, because I don't fucking know, don't ask questions. I personally was planning on moving to China for a good few years of my life. It's always been my dream to go live in China. I've studied Mandarin. But in the past few years, with everything going on politically, I feel like this is not going to happen. But I guess because I just got into the habit of reading Chinese news, I just keep fucking doing it. And I knew about coronavirus, okay, first of all, before any of you motherfuckers, as far as I know. Okay. So that's one thing that makes me feel already a little bit skeptical of these narratives I'm already seeing emerge, even from people that I consider to be kind of intellectually astute, going on and on about conspiracies and shit, okay? So that's one thing. Because what are the chances, right? Assuming for a second, because some of the conspiracies I've been exposed to are that this is some American conspiracy that has something to do with our elections. What? I mean, what would be the chances? What is this, the Truman Show, and America is Jim Carrey and every other nation exists to prop up whatever the fuck is going on in our country? Like, how fucking vain are we? What do we think, that we are just the fucking rulers of the fucking world? Especially, well, we do think this. That's the problem, right? And a lot of Americans harbor these kinds of attitudes as if everything exists to prop up my narrative. It's kind of like, people who just can't get over the feeling that maybe this is all a fucking simulation and literally everything exists to be a part of this thing I'm experiencing. Get the fuck over yourself, you fucking pussies. That's what I have to say. Okay? That's it. We are not the Truman Show. We are not Jim Carrey. Every other nation does not exist to serve some narrative that feeds into our narrative, especially a thing like the elections, That's ridiculous. And especially since it's like some of these things that I'm starting to see about elections and stuff, the idea that like this is all some like this could be a thing that's like concocted by the establishment, quote unquote, whoever the fuck that is. That's basically the way to say Illuminati without sounding as stupid. The establishment. That's the academic way to say the Illuminati. Why would they, of all people, the establishment, who I assume, the people, the shadow government, but behind our puppet government, why would they, of all people, do a thing like this? Where what is it doing, especially for elections? If anything, I think what is going to happen is going to really put on full blast all of the inadequacies of our healthcare system. It's already happening. I think that our government in particular, just was hoping that they could just kind of like not deal with it. They could just kind of ignore it. If we don't test people, people will just die like they always do from the flu or this and that. And hopefully, it'll just be some BuzzFeed article headline that like, yeah, maybe gains some virality, but it'll disappear down the fucking tubes once, one of the Kardashians gets cornrows or something. Like, what's the big fucking deal? Let's just ignore it and hope it fucking goes away, If anything, if this was some conspiracy, wouldn't it be, it would have to be something that's like anti-establishment. Maybe coronavirus was like invented by the communists, guys, huh? How about that? Because it's really exposing the failures of many governments around the world, right? And uniting the working class who all cares about the same thing for like one moment in this crazy big old world we live in. This rarely ever happens, right? the election is canceled. What do you guys think? Before I continue, are any of you sold on some conspiracy shit so I can tell you that you're nuts? You're nuts. Anybody? Tell me right now. Be honest with us. Tell us. We are your human peers. We're here to judge you in a way that is harsh because we care. If we didn't care about you, we would not judge you so harshly. We're here to judge you and tell you that you're a fucking idiot and you need to snap back to reality. Oh, there goes Babbity Boop and oh Babbity Boop. Anybody? Now's your time. Say it. Fucking say it. I know some of you are thinking it. Fucking say it. This is what I think. Let me tell you my very intellectual, deep, profound thoughts. Because, also, I'm psychic, in case you didn't know, as proved by the time that I predicted with perfect accuracy what the Black Mirror episode about Miley Cyrus, what the Black Mirror episode starring Miley Cyrus was going to be about. I perfectly predicted it months before it happened. That was a great day on Twitter. I got multiple people in my inbox to pay me like $5 or $10 or something to tell their future, and I told your futures. Anybody that I told your future to, did it come true? By the way, I told some pretty good futures. But just to toot my own horn some more. Also, when this headline first broke out, okay, around the time I just stopped typing into Twitter because, like I said, I just go through moments where it's just repulsive to me. Every time I log into it, the past, like, month or so, it's just the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my fucking life. And I'm like, God damn it, I love you all so much. I can't stand to see you wallow in the mud like these filthy fucking animals you all are with these dumbass bullshit motherfucking takes. But one of the last times, everyone on there was like, guys, calm down. Coronavirus is nothing. People do that. And I said, no, motherfuckers. This is going to be a big deal, okay? Because I am a scientifically minded bitch. And I saw all of these really renowned world scientists and disease specialists. What are they called? Epidemiologists or some bullshit? Whatever the fuck these motherfuckers are called. I saw all of them freaking out. And I was like, okay, if they're freaking out, then I'm going to freak out. Because that seems like a very intelligent thing to do when you say. And people are like, nah, not a big deal. Nah, elections. Nah, media, blah, 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 blah. Somebody says, let me read real quick before I continue. I don't think that this is a conspiracy, but it wouldn't surprise me if governments started using illnesses or a virus as a way to attack other countries. That's weird. Mary McCann. Tom Hanks is only saying he has coronavirus for clout. We didn't even know who he was before corona. Think about it. That's a great fucking point. Fuck that guy. Who's ever heard of that motherfucker? Tom Hanks? What? Actually, Road to Perdition came out in 2002. That just reminded me. I'm not a huge fan of that movie, but just saying. Look up what movies came out in 2002. Just to go back to to 2002 for a second. Best year for film. I don't even really like Road to Perdition. Once I fell asleep with that movie on and the DVD menu was playing all night and the theme to that movie is like so fucking depressing. And it's got like the little kid making a sad face. I just woke up so fucking depressed. That's all I remember about Road to Perdition. And it has this coronavirus guy in it. Tom Hanks died? Shut up. No, he didn't. You're lying. Did Tom Hanks die? No, he did not. That will change everything in this moment. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me tell you what I think. Because I'm the smartest bitch this side of the Hudson. This is what I think. I think that clearly, whatever we are experiencing right now is very unique. And I think for this reason, we are experiencing it on multiple levels in a way that becomes confusing and hard to parse, right? And I think that this is part of why even some of my most intellectually astute peers are falling victim to conspiracy. This is one of the reasons. For one, When has there ever been, I mean, there is rarely, but it usually only happens around events like this. When are there stories that really make international headlines? I think that often there'll be a story where like multiple countries will have some sort of a take, but we're all participating in it to varying degrees, and we mostly stay contained within the narrative that's being generated by our own media headlines. Trying to think of something, I don't know, a thing like that fucking church in France or wherever burning down, museum, Notre Dame, the Hunchback, whatever the fuck, that church. That thing that burned down. A lot of people had something to say from multiple countries. People from multiple countries cried, stuff like this, but nothing that really impacts all of us in such a serious way where, we're out here afraid of death altogether. That's kind of a unifying experience. But I think too that this is a really unique set of circumstances for our media and our government to have to deal with. Of course, the way it gets back to us is very confusing, because I think like in American media, for example, if some sort of narrative emerges, the establishment can honestly usually kind of coax the way that the narrative unfolds in a way that is mutually beneficial with the media, because everything in America makes tons of money, and this is what guides everything: capital. And even our most quote unquote progressive media channels like CNN out here, trying to make it seem as if they are Trump's biggest critics and they are so appalled by everything he's doing or whatever. They're just getting fucking filthy rich off of everything he's doing. They love that he's in office. Look at the kind of media controversies that he has generated and continues to generate, and how much fucking money they make off of this reality. I mean, our fucking entire political arena is basically just a fucking reality show. And I think that that's why in America, the past 4 years, people are more invested than ever in participating, because they are actually able to understand what's happening. Back in the day when we had people who actually went to college or whatever, not that I'm saying that it was much better then, because I think that this is also a problem, that people purposefully obfuscate the dealings of our incredibly complex, really for unnecessary reasons in our politics. I think that our politics, a lot of the way that it operates, is purposefully confusing. For one, you can hide that fucking money trail, and we're not entirely sure who is profiting off of our fucking suffering and our racist ass justice system and everything else that's wrong with this fucking hellhole, except New Jersey rules. But I think that they don't want your average Joe to fucking know what the fuck is going on, because if they know what the fuck is going on, then if they're unhappy about something, they could do something about it. So of course people are very much into the past 4 years of our politics, because everybody can understand what the fuck these controversies generated around Trump are, because he's out here fucking calling out NBA players and NFL players and making everything into a fucking reality show. It's like the fucking Apprentice in the White House, and the media is getting filthy fucking rich off of this. And they have their own interests, but I think that a lot of their interests also align with the establishment. So coronavirus, I think, is something that actually represents something really unique as it relates to this hierarchy of capital-driven media and politics in America, because let's say the media decided, it would be profitable in our best interest, because, all of our corporate sponsors don't like this narrative. It's hurting this or that thing. Let's kind of ignore the coronavirus or something. You can't really ignore it when we're all on the internet and they're like, yo, Italy is quarantined. Wuhan is quarantined. You know how big Wuhan is, by the way? You know how big this fucking city is? It's 33% larger than New York City. Isn't that fucking nuts? I can't even imagine 5 blocks in Brooklyn being quarantined, let alone an entire borough, let alone the entire fucking city. 33% larger. this is how stupid a lot of Americans are too, because when this was coming out, people were like talking about Wuhan like it's like some fucking little dirt road town in China because you're all fucking stupid. You know how many cities in China are larger than New York City? There's multiple. I think Chengdu also has a population larger than New York City. Most people in America have never fucking heard of it. Isn't that nuts? We talk about cities like New York, like they're the fucking center of the fucking world. Everyone knows New York City, and they do. But like, I mean, come on, China's got like 10 fucking New York cities. This shit is pretty fucking crazy. Okay, it's crazy out here. So of course, if you have all this international hubbub, every new place that has to deal with coronavirus in such an extreme way, I mean, it's just adding infinitely complex variables to this algorithm that ultimately influences how us, the individual, comes to see and experience any of it. And I think that for this reason, it's totally understandable that this shit is confusing. Because I have to admit, last night when I heard that the NBA shut down, that was the first shutdown. They suspended all games or whatever because one of their players tested positive. That was the first time I felt a pang of genuine, deep worry. I was like, wait a second. Because, I'm not surprised by really much of this. But the NBA losing money? What? That blew my fucking mind. But then I looked into it a bit, and I think even that is not entirely unreasonable. I think that all of these corporations, schools are shutting down. All of this stuff is going on. There's kind of confusion. We're being told on the one hand, like, it's not that fucking serious. We're being told by the other hand, it's really fucking serious. They're not giving us the full picture, which that might be something I could open my mind a little bit towards, because that's where my mind started going with the NBA shit. I'm like, are they really telling us how bad this shit is? Because I'm a little confused right now, especially since the news broke the other day that 200 people in Italy died in the span of 24 hours. That's a little contradictory to all the other things that we've been being told. Shit, we need some fucking healing frequencies real quick. I'm starting to feel paranoid. Everybody, you got your headphones? Strap that shit on. Let's just make sure that we're being safe. I think we need some more magic fucking coronavirus protection numbers.
189912.
Okay, yeah.
4986489. 5487489878.
Okay.
48142212. 51899912.
Everyone breathe.
4986489.
What are these numbers, dude?
5487489878. 48142212. 51899912.
Okay, thank God. We gotta, wash your hands and make sure you get these healing fucking corona numbers and sounds. They didn't tell me what frequency this is, but I'm sure it works. I'm sure of it. I want to know how they came up with these numbers. Speaking of numbers, I was just talking about Italy and how 200 people just died. You guys ready for this number 23 Jim Carrey ass bullshit? So this is the math. You ready? 200 people died in Italy out of 12,000 infected. You know what 200 out of 12,000 is? You know what the percentage is? 200 fatalities out of 1,200 infected. Are you ready for this? 6.66%. The mark of the motherfucking beast. God damn. You ready for this? 6% fatalities out of the entire world population. Let's assume that 6% is the fatality rate of coronavirus, worst possible scenario. You know what 6% of 7 billion people is? 6% of the entire world population. You know what it is? 420 million. 420. Hitler's birthday. Boom! We are fucked. We're fucked. I started to post that as a comment on 4chan because I was like, I'm gonna fuck with these guys. I'm gonna give them this coronavirus numerology. I typed up the whole thing and then I was like, you know what? No, I don't need this in my life. I'm not interacting with these motherfuckers. I haven't interacted with 4chan in years. I'm not. It's not worth it, especially since 4chan is not as anonymous as it used to be. So I'm not trying to have some fucking weirdo dox me through my ISP. You never know who's lurking at any given moment. It's true that 4chan is now full of like 12-year-olds, but there are still some real hackers that lurk their ranks, and I'm not trying to deal with any of those fucking weirdos, especially if they find out I'm a girl. And then they find out I'm a girl that like has Twitter followers. I'll never hear the fucking end of it. No, thank you. They'll like make me their new queen. Best case scenario, which would also be a terrible thing. I'm not ready for that. Mr. Shedder. So if the news is lying, China is lying, Italy is lying, and the NBA is lying, doesn't that mean everyone is lying? What do you think people are lying about, though? Do you guys think that lies are being told? Of course, we should always remain skeptical of everything, right? Because this is Phenomenology Club, and we have to doubt everything, like Rene Descartes established for us. But what would be the lie? I think that clearly, I think many nations have a shared protocol when it comes to things like pandemics, that the number one thing to avoid would be widespread panic. I'm pretty positive that this is actually written into like the protocol codes for our CDC specifically. And I can't imagine why any other country would not share such a desire. Of course, you don't want widespread panic and hysteria to happen. So because of this, I can be open-minded to the possibility. And I have to say that is somewhere my mind has wandered, especially when hearing about the NBA, that perhaps we're not getting the full picture exactly of the severity of it. Maybe the fatality rate that they're quoting as being, not incredibly high. Maybe that is actually being projected by others to be much higher, and to avoid widespread panic, because, people are already starting to freak out in a pretty serious way, I would say. I could see something like that being withheld from the public for no other reason than to, try to avoid panic. But people are definitely already panicking. I just tried to go get some fucking toilet paper because I'm out. No toilet paper left. Like, what are people, like, fucking stashing up for doomsday bunkers? Toilet paper? There was fucking milk, but no toilet paper. Like, damn. Everyone in this town got a big-ass butt. I wouldn't be surprised if they are withholding information about the fatality rate or projections. Because also, this is a novel disease. That's why it's making news. Because as we all know, I'm sure by now, because the statistic has been going around a lot, the flu killed, I think it was like 210,000 people. That's 250,000 people as recently as 2009. And I mean, I was alive during 2009. Do you remember this being reported on in any great capacity? I don't. I think also the number of people who died from the flu in like 2016 to 2017 or something, I think that was the season, or 17 to 18, was like 86,000 in America alone. Like huge, massive numbers. But of course, it's the flu. And because it's the flu, something we're already all familiar with and have had at least once in our lifetimes, we all just kind of treat it like, that's weird, never knew that. It's like a fun little Snapple cap fact. Oh, 210,000 people died in 2009. Wow, how about that? And that's how I think, a thing like this would be treated if coronavirus was not a new and novel disease. I think that it would just be something like the flu, People would be like, oh shit, it's spreading, but we wouldn't be hearing about it in such a capacity. But because it's a new novel disease, and because, it came from some meat market in China, it's a mystery. It's like the movie Outbreak with Dustin Hoffman, which is a ridiculous movie. That it's a story. But I think that our government, personally, I think, if anything, they were hoping they could probably ignore it. So that's definitely something I'm not sold on, this idea that like it's some invention of American politics or anything. If anything, I think I don't think it was invented. I think too that we really have come to forgotten, my brothers, my sisters, of our own mortality. How often are we confronted with something like this? We like to think that in our nice little modern age where we all have little smartphones and type on little computers and talk into the fucking thing that transmits my fucking voice across the fucking internet, we all like to think we live in the fucking space age and nothing can harm me, you know. People used to die from disease, but not now, unless they have some like rare thing or whatever, and certainly not on some crazy level. But I mean, we all forget that we are fucking biological fucking beings, and our health can be pretty fragile in the face of some of these fucking threats. I mean, disease is like our our most mortal enemy, literally. If we're Batman, if humanity is Batman, I would say Joker is disease. What other threat has existed in such a way, you know, that is just shows up every once in a while and just wipes a ton of us out? What other thing, you know? So what are the chances that this is true when you observe all of human history? Pandemics happen all the time, even as recently as 2009. And I think there was another huge one earlier in the, 20th century? I think it was like right after World War I. There was a crazy flu pandemic that killed either millions or almost millions, some bullshit. You know, this happens pretty frequently. We like to think that we're also insulated in our little technological universe. Looking up Elon Musk videos on YouTube about how he's created a neural interface that he can fucking download my consciousness maybe soon one day, and Ray Kurzweil's gonna fucking give me an award on the stage and everything's gonna be fucking great. The singularity's fucking near, bitch. We like to think that we cannot be touched by these things, so that when these things emerge, we're like, it has to be a conspiracy. We need to get the fuck over ourselves. And another thing. Why is it that everybody fucking needs to turn literally any narrative that they experience at face value into the goddamn motherfucking Da Vinci Code or some other PG-13 fucking blockbuster, you know? Like, isn't real life trippy enough, you know? People just cannot deal with the possibility, not just in these kinds of instances, but in general. They cannot deal with the possibility that they might be able to comprehend something. Doesn't that make you sad? People don't want to feel as if they can understand something, because if they can understand it, for one, I think on one level, it demystifies the experience for them. Humans love to be in experiences that are shrouded in their own concocted mysticism. And then for another thing, I think that they don't want to be confronted with the burden of responsibility that accompanies the knowledge that you might possibly know something. Because if you know something, that means that you might have some element of control. That means you might be able to do something. And if that means you might be able to do something, then that means you should do something. Oh, that sucks. I don't want to do something. I want to live in the Da Vinci Code. I want everything to be a deep motherfucking national treasure mystery magic tour. And I want to feel as if I have no control in any of this. I'm going to put the numbers together. I'm going to Google this and that on the internet. I'm going to find out who the fuck is lying to me, because that's much more fucking fun and satisfying. And I'll never have to do anything except live this fucking magical big old adventure. Right? It's like spirituality. It's astrology. All this shit. The conspiratorial shit. The same thing that makes you feel like you want to embark on some adventure, you know. It's an avoidance of reality and an avoidance of accountability. That being said, I am totally, especially as the years goes on, and I become more and more informed about our own political histories, especially in America, you know, the terrorist of the globe. I definitely also believe that plenty of conspiracies are totally fucking valid, and I definitely don't take anything at face value from the fucking media, from these fucking motherfucking politicians. They're all lying to you. I mean, I distrust the media more than I distrust politicians at this point. I think that we don't hold the media accountable for anything. And they're part of the reason that we're in this fucking mess. Why the fuck do we have a fucking cartoon president? Because the media was like, hey guys, look at this guy, he's running, and everyone was like, huh, that guy from that thing, what, let's click it. And then they were like, oh look, everyone's clicking it, look at all these fucking dollars we're getting from all these fucking clicks, let's keep reporting on this guy. And we were like, haha, look at that. And then eventually the criticisms even accumulate more capital. Oh, why is the media selling us this fucking guy? Fuck them. I'm gonna click this article about how fuck the media because fuck them because they're selling us this fucking cartoon president campaign. Oh yeah, fuck them. I'm gonna click this thing because this thing says fuck them, and this thing fuck them. Fuck it. Fuck it. Stop it. Stop. Oh, I'm tired of all of it. Anyway, I'm open to conspiracies, but you have to be realistic, you know. What's the most realistic conspiracy that could arise from, or that could be going on right now with coronavirus, you know? I think that the most conspiratorial thing, the thing that is raising flags in my own head, is wondering about the severity of this, because especially since it's a new disease, even if scientists are reporting the survivability rate is only like, or the fatality rate is like 0.2% or 0.02% or some bullshit. This thing has only really emerged since December. December was the first cases in China, so I don't expect that even the most well agreed upon scientific consensus in this moment necessarily reflects the reality, because this thing only just fucking popped up, you know? How many studies have been done? There hasn't really been any sort of time amassed where there really can be like good, solid fucking studies on the thing. So I think that we're all not stupid to wonder and to be critical, especially of our media and politics in fucking America, which is all a bunch of fucking bullshit and lies designed to get our fucking click money. But on the other hand, you know, you have to also realize, I think, that because we are just one singular entity, you know, like, this is I'm speaking so much about the specifics of what is so fucked up about American reporting and media and how they do this or that. This now is true for so many countries. I mean, China has their own internal bullshit, you know? What are the conversations going on among Chinese people right now? I'm sure they have all types of similar things about their own government, what they're saying about this and that. And then now what we're witnessing also is the amalgamation of these two stories trying to make sense together. Now we got fucking Italy. Every new country is its own new fucking America with all their own complex variables. I think it makes sense that we're all like, what the fuck is going on right now? I mean, that's how I feel. Is that how you guys feel? I don't really know. My best guess is that what's going on right now is this disease is killing people. They're not really entirely sure of the fatality rate. Our government fucking sucks. They would rather sweep this under the fucking rug and hope that it disappears, but they can't at this point because all these other countries are under full quarantine. We see South Korea doing things like offering free tests to their citizens, which we obviously need. We had, you know, every time a case pops up in America, people are like, they're fine, they're in their apartment. And we're like, dude, is that okay? Because we hear that from these other countries, one person has it, then all of a sudden 500 fucking people have it. So my suspicion is that actually thousands of Americans probably have it right now, especially in the area that I live in. They're just not testing for it. And fucking what's his name just said that the other day, Cuomo. He just said, you know, of course when we do more tests, we're gonna have more positive results. Yeah, no fucking shit. They haven't been testing or doing anything here. They're probably not going to. They're gonna just fucking hope it fucking disappears, you know. It's just gonna turn into another headline that carries on and on, maybe even for years, as people just continue dying, it continues spreading, but what the fuck ever. They're not gonna do shit about it. But whatever. There are some, maybe this will be a blessing in disguise. Let's end on a positive note. They did I saw somebody shared an article the other day about how carbon emissions in China, there was like maps of it, you know, and ever since corona hit, like there's like, it's like nothing comparatively from a few months ago. And also I'm not sure if this is entirely true. I tried to read the news a bit, but I just like can't stomach it. I tried a bit, but I saw last night, I think it was, that Trump put a ban on all European travel except for the UK or something to the US. I feel like the spectacle of that is actually really unique in a way that's probably like I could see it ending up, it could be a beneficial thing because we're always so led to believe, especially as it relates to things like climate change and things like ending capitalism, which is compromising the quality of literally everything and crushing the life out of literally everybody. We're always like, dude, you can't. We are so dependent on these systems of international commerce and capital and this and that. But it's like, dude, you just fucking pulled the plug on all the European travel overnight. And look, the world is running fine. Except there's no toilet paper at the grocery store. But isn't that kind of amazing? You could just pull the entire plug on international travel between two continents that I imagine have some of the heaviest airfare between them ever. And look, wow, we did it. Isn't that crazy? They like to act like, you can't do this. It would be impossible to untangle all of this commerce and trade that happens every fucking day. We're so dependent on it. And look, we're fucking carbon emissions in China, who I think is one of the, I think us and them are like two of the largest fucking people polluting the fucking place. Their carbon emissions have dropped dramatically, like in just a very short time period. Like, wow, look, maybe coronavirus will show us the possibility of things that we should be doing anyway. Maybe coronavirus is divine intervention. Because clearly there's some magic numbers going on. And with that, let us listen together one more time to some more magic coronavirus numbers. Oh yeah, speaking of magic numbers and sounds, this Phenomenology Club got a sponsorship from a white noise sleep sounds podcast, which I just find to be really funny. If you listen on Spotify, there's a link in the description. You can hear the ad I did for it. I just think that's so appropriate. I love that. It's like the first random thing that ever like reached out to sponsor us via like Anchor or whatever the service is, and it's white noise healing bullshit. I mean, it's so good. I listen to it. It's actually fun. So anyway, let's listen to some magic numbers. Let's all stay safe. Make sure you wash your hands and listen to your coronavirus protective healing frequency pure tone affirmation Michelle Rodriguez subliminals, okay? Stay safe out there, you motherfuckers.
4986-489 5487-48978 4814-212 5189-912 4986-489
Oh yeah, give me a thumbs up.
5487-48978
Give me money, it's my birthday.
4814-212
Sunday. Super chat. Thanks for all the super chats. You guys real. Stay safe. Stay magic. Stay trippy.
4986-489 5487-48978 4814-212 5189-912 4986-489 5487-48978 4814-212 5189-912 4986-489 5487-48978 4814-212 5189-912 4986-489